This is the Ecommerce Braintrust, a podcast about building momentum online for established consumer brands. Join our hosts and their expert guests for high-level conversations about e-commerce strategies, trends, and innovations. Access our Braintrust and boost your brand's e-commerce potential.
Hello and welcome to the Ecommerce Braintrust podcast. I'm Julie Spear, Head of Retail Marketplace Services at Acadia, alongside my co-host Jordan Ripley, Director of Retail Account Management. And today we have a very special episode. We're broadcasting live from Amazon unBoxed in Nashville. And joining us, we have Chris Conetta, Director of Amazon DSP Supply. We'll be getting his take on the many exciting developments in ADSP throughout 2025, including some of the announcements that we've been hearing this week at unBoxed. So with that, welcome to the show, Chris. It's great to have you.
Thank you, and thanks for having me.
Let's dig in. Over the past few months, we've had some exciting new integrations and partnerships with Roku, Disney, Netflix, Spotify, Sirius, the list goes on, all of which are touted as part of Amazon's open internet investment. Can you take us through the high level of what the past few months have signaled in terms of Amazon's investments in ADSP?
Yeah, for sure. So I think it actually started years ago, honestly. I think the last 2 months have been great and moving at lightning speed. So I joined Amazon 7 years ago. And when I joined, Amazon DSP was in a closed beta, and it was a tool for buying Amazon media, and that was it. We had a small business called A9 that was doing retargeting and trying to bring consumers back to Amazon.com. But that was our open internet strategy. So it's pretty amazing over the last 7 years, the investments we've made in the UX, on our supply integrations, and it's really starting to become the everything store for advertisers. So the partnerships that we're building with some of the partners that you mentioned on behalf of our customers, yes, it's all about supply access and making sure that our customers have the supply that they are running their campaigns against, that they're running their upfronts against. But it goes beyond that. So we have tight collaborations with a lot of the partners you mentioned in terms of bringing on more signals, doing audience matching with those customers, and really bringing the experience that Amazon DSP is running on Amazon.com to the open internet, right? So you can do measurement from everything that you need from your first-party data, third-party vendor integrations, all the way through to lower funnel conversions on Amazon.com. And it's those partnerships and the tight collaboration on the signal side that's really bringing that to life in Amazon DSP.
Yeah, and you've obviously been here to witness the evolution of that platform over the many years that you've worked with it. On our side, we talk with brands all the time, and the conversation has shifted where it was, how much money should I put in sponsored, then how much should I test in DSP? And now we're talking to CMOs, and it's, okay, I have all this programmatic media that I'm buying across the integrated media plan. Where does DSP fit within that, and ADSP specifically? So I'm just wondering, as you think about this and the sort of ultimate brand customer that's looking to make those decisions of where they place their DSP bets, how do you see ADSP positioned from a differentiation standpoint between some of those large legacy programmatic players?
Yeah, it's a good question. I can give you the sales answer, which
sure, it's great.
Lower fees, right? Lower fees,
less money,
that
more working media.
That speaks to people.
Yeah, it does.
A legit
and your
answer.
average salesperson can articulate that 1,000 times over, right?
Yeah.
We do have 1% programmatic guarantee fee on open internet media. We have 0% programmatic guarantee fee on O&O inventory, which is great. But this is a fickle industry, right? So who's to say that another DSP can come along, create more price incentives to move back off of Amazon DSP? So the focus for my team and Amazon DSP at large going into next year is going to be, how do we delight customers so much that they have to stick with Amazon DSP? For me, I think it comes down to two core value propositions. So we talk about authenticated reach and authenticated signals, and that's been a big push this year with our partnership with Roku, but also in all the publishers we're integrated with. You hear a lot about probabilistic targeting and probabilistic measurement. We're really focused on deterministic signals as like the core building block for everything that we do. And that translates to everything. So frequency management, if you have good signals in, you'll get better frequency coming out. For reach, right, you want to be able to identify the specific households that you're reaching, deduplicate reach, find incremental reach, and then all the way down to performance. If we know that we're targeting Jordan for the specific ad and getting him to convert on Amazon.com, like that's more impressive than saying, these are the people that look like Jordan and like trying to guess at what they're going to try to convert on. So authenticated reach, authenticated signals as one core value prop. And the second is holistic measurement. So So Amazon Marketing Cloud has been in market for a while now, and it's really started to take off in terms of, and we've seen some really innovative measurement tactics that customers are doing in Amazon Marketing Cloud. So we have path to purchase or path to conversion. We have new to brand. We have new to category. So like really granular performance metrics in Amazon DSP are coming to life in Amazon Marketing Cloud. And so I think the story that we're trying to tell with authenticated signals on the targeting side all the way through measurement in AMC is really the new differentiator. And AMC historically has been a great solution, but it's very data heavy, very SQL heavy if you guys have seen it. Yeah. But with Ads Agent, the release we came out with at unBoxed, we're really making it accessible to any customer. And we're doing it in a glass box way. So even though it's a AI agent and you're chatting with it like we're chatting here, everything that we're doing in terms of modeling measurement is all transparent in AMC. So you get the building blocks, you get granularity in terms of the signals that we're using to build the path to purchase models, but you can break that down easier for your average trader to go into AMC and say, here's my target KPI. How am I going to do that on a targeting measurement standpoint across Amazon Media and Open Internet? So I think those are the two core things that we're focused on this year.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on the ads agent thing in specific because I think that's a huge, like we've seen the barriers to leveraging AMC drop over time, but this seems like a large leap forward. And for those that weren't at that product keynote, do you mind touching on that just a little bit more of, is this just a natural language layer that sits on top of AMC? Is it meant to build audiences? Can you go a little more into like how that fits into this?
Yeah, it'll be the end-to-end solution. The idea is that you can start in AMC with a specific KPI. So it's taking a lot of the guesswork that agencies and traders are doing now in terms of what type of supply do I think will get to this KPI, right? And then in the middle of the flight, you'll do optimizations and adjust your block lists or allow lists to try and get to that KPI. This is from the outset of the campaign saying, what is my KPI? What are the audiences I think will drive that KPI? And then what is the supply that will match those audiences? So it really will be end to end in terms of a simple prompt into the agent, and then it'll handle the targeting, the measurement, audiences, supply, everything.
Yeah, that was an exciting announcement to watch yesterday. And one of the other ones, I was sitting next to our director of retail media, and one that really got him very excited was the announcement to unify sponsor product and DSP into a unified ads console. Can you talk to us a little bit about the why now for that? As you mentioned, you've been working on DSP for 7 years now at Amazon, and here we are 7 years later. What makes this the moment?
I think it goes back to the holistic measurement feedback that we're getting from customers. It's one thing to address the issues with holistic measurement across Amazon Media and 3P or Open Internet Media in Amazon DSP. It's a whole entire thing to look at search budgets on Amazon.com combined with first-party media and open internet supply. So I think it's a natural evolution of where we're going with holistic measurement and the everything store for advertisers. So I think it's the right time to address that because a lot of the feedback, even this week that we got was like, first, we got a lot of kudos on the announcement and customers see this as a great progression in the life of Amazon DSP and even sponsored ads. But we work with a lot of customers that have brands and merchants on Amazon.com, and they're also managing their upper funnel brand budgets. And so trying to navigate that in two different systems or three if you're using another DSP, like that becomes very operationally intensive. You're not getting the core signals in terms of measurement across those different platforms. So I think now's the time to start addressing it. I think it's going to be a long haul in terms of building the connectivity between the two products. But at least from a measurement standpoint, being able to see how your keyword targeted campaigns in Ads Console are influencing upper funnel budgets in Amazon DSP and performance in upper funnel tactics, that's a pretty compelling thing to come to market with now.
Yeah, you mentioned the sort of operational hurdles of I'm an agency or I own multiple brands or multiple accounts and just getting that all together so I can see a unified picture. My speculation here is this also speaks to just the fact that DSP has proliferated to such an extent that a majority of brands that might have previously been focused on sponsored products and now are pushing into DSP, having those together, it's like speaks to that larger need that we're encountering a lot more. Is that fair?
Yeah, for sure. We do see two clear cohorts across those two products. Brands and merchants in Ads Console with generally smaller budgets, but trying to jump the search results screen for their products. And then you have more enterprise holding companies and agencies in Amazon DSP that are doing more hands-on optimizations. And I think the goal of bringing those two products together is to democratize the ad experience. So whether you're a brand or merchant managing your own campaigns in Ad Console, or you're WPP or another holdco, we want you to be able to do anything that you want to be able to do in terms of your ad experiences and driving the right touch points with consumers.
Yeah, the democratize, I feel like that was a theme from last year's unBoxed of just how many things focused on enablement of AMC, of ADSP. I think we're seeing that theme continue this year. One campaign type that was announced yesterday during the product keynote was this idea of the full funnel campaign. And of course, we've talked about full funnel over years. That's been a focus, but this feels like a product solution that allows for that to be a much easier button that a media buyer can push. Can you talk a little bit more about this idea of the full funnel campaign as a product solution?
Yeah, what really brought it to life for me was seeing some of the path to purchase things that you can do in Amazon Marketing Cloud. So you can take your upfront with a big streamer, see how your touch points at the top of the funnel in kind of the one-dimensional streaming platform, see how your touch points with that consumer can drive lower funnel brand awareness through online video or through mobile app integrations, all the way through to conversions on Amazon.com. And so mapping out those touch points is important for a brand because I think they're used to one-dimensional, right? Like touch points with consumers or using multiple products to touch those consumers. But being able to map that out that says, when I deliver a streaming ad here, it's driving 3x or 4x increase in ROAS. That's a pretty powerful thing to bring to market. And arming our customers so that they can go talk to their customers with that is unique and powerful, especially for agencies that I think are looking for differentiation. I think if we can arm them with that to go to their brands and talk about the path to purchase through Amazon, that's pretty compelling.
And as you're talking about full funnel, there's the need for the creative assets to support the campaigns. And we actually all just came from the keynote rolling out the creative agent solution. And getting to see that demoed was really exciting. But not everyone listening was able to see that. So can you talk us through a little bit of the features and what brands and advertisers can expect when working with the creative agent?
Yeah, I think it goes back to this theme of democratizing.
100%.
Right? So again, we work with a lot of independent agencies and brand directs across both Ad Console and Amazon DSP. And one of the things we always hear is they want to get into streaming TV. They want to do more full funnel, omni-channel type of campaigns. But one, the price points on video are too high to drive lower funnel ROAS to make it make sense. And two, creative production for video is extremely high. So I think with Creative Agent, we're now democratizing the ability to create video assets at scale. So you can run them on streaming publishers. You can run them in online video placements. So again, I think it's as easy as influencing a prompt through the agent and delivering assets across the different mediums. One of the examples I continuously bring up is how do you get your brand voice into a creative agent? The Pepsi Coke example, right? Two very similar products, but different brand messaging. So I think a lot of the enhancements that you'll see coming from us this year will be how do you get the brand message coming through the creative agent? And that'll be a challenge. I don't think that's unique to Amazon, but I think we have some really cool things in store to help brands with that.
One of the things that when I was watching the demo, just thinking about not only is it great for production of assets that are needed for a campaign, but it's really exciting what it can mean for A/B testing and understanding like what actually converts, what's resonating.
Yep.
Really exciting product announcement for sure.
Yeah. And like DCO has been around for dynamic creative optimization has been around forever. I think with this, though, you can do it at scale many times over. And we all know like little tweaks in a video asset can change the consumer engagement with that ad. So doing that at scale is going to be super interesting to see what the performance looks like this year.
Yeah, and something we encounter a lot with brands, it's video is not video. Like a video that works great for OLV that's more product focused, that's going to be very different than a streaming TV, like brand awareness video that you're going to run. And being able to unlock those other video assets that were a challenge with something like Creative Agent, I think is exciting for us.
Yeah. And some of the cool things you can do too is like storytelling through those different mediums, right? You can create a connective story between streaming TV and OLV. So it's not just like one asset for streaming TV, one asset for online video. You can stitch your story together across that path to purchase or full funnel story.
Yeah, I mean, on that theme of brands pushing up into the higher levels of maturity in the video advertising that they're doing, I think a lot will start with, okay, I have sponsored brand videos, and then now I have OLV that I can run, and that's sort of mid-funnel, and then now I'm ready to test out STV, and now they can build assets hopefully more effectively. They can unify that in a single advertising campaign manager. The other thing that I think was a barrier that one of your products addresses is just the selection of inventory. Which deals do I go into for any deals that I might want to buy across Publisher Network, across any of the O&O? With that project deal builder that was announced this week, again, it seems like that's something that's going to overcome a lot of that friction. But can you talk a little bit of like the rationale that went into that product decision?
Yeah. And I think in Kelly's keynote yesterday, they talked about Inventory Hub, which is just like the open marketplace for deals. Some of the feedback we hear from customers is we have thousands of deals in our catalog, and trying to find the right deal for the right campaign is extremely difficult. It's a guessing game, right? Going back to authenticated signals, it's very similar. It's how do I know that this deal is going to perform best for this campaign objective? So with Deal Builder, the goal is to be able to create supply strategies and supply packages on demand. So again, starting back at the point of what is the objective I'm trying to drive with this campaign, matching supply and audiences with that, Deal Builder is a piece to that story. And I think the things that we see most commonly with customers is, one, audiences that they're trying to target. And do we have affinity for Amazon audiences or their first-party audiences on that supply? So that'll be part of Deal Builder. Pricing as well is another area that some of our customers are very sensitive to, especially in streaming TV. A lot of our independent and brand direct customers that are more performance driven can't afford $40, $50, $60 rate cards. So instead of going through Inventory Hub and trying to find very specific deals, the Deal Builder agent will allow you to say, here's my campaign objective, here's my ROAS target, and what are the deals that both on a pricing standpoint and also an audience affinity standpoint will match that objective. We have a lot of work to do there, but it's also, again, focus on both Amazon Media and Open Internet, and stitching that together in one kind of like supply strategy agent is something that we're very excited for.
This was great. Thank you, Chris, for coming in and talking with us today. There are some clear themes of the product announcements and in our conversation today of really stitching things together and making things more efficient and easier for advertisers to access the inventory available to them. So thank you for coming in and for the conversation, and we're excited for what's in store.
Me too. Thank you for having me. Really appreciate it.